Welcome back into One Bills Live. Maddie Glab alongside Steve Tasker, and we are joined by defensive back and special teams ace Siran Neal. Some exciting news as the offseason is in full swing. Siran just agreed to terms to remain in Buffalo on a 3-year contract. I think this is a huge get for the Buffalo Bills. You are such a big part of the special teams unit and have been since you've came in, and are a solid piece to the defensive backs group as well. I remember going back to the offseason and just watching you in training camp, and so many of your teammates, including defensive coordinator Leslie Frazier last year, the word about you, Siran, was you are just a different type of athlete. And I think we saw that this past season with how you were able to contribute to this team. So knowing that you're going to be in Buffalo for 3 more years, what excites you most about that?
Coming back home, knowing everybody in the building, and most of all, playing with my brothers on this team. Honestly, I didn't want to go nowhere else because I love it here, and I love the fan base, and, I know everybody around here. I mean, I didn't want to go anywhere new where I was going to have to learn a new environment. And, just coming back here, I feel like it's a lot of love here, and it's more than just teammates. It's more like a family here, from coaching staff, media, fan base, and down to the players. We stick together, and I feel like we got something special going on here. And still on that mission, we kind of fell short, but I think we got it.
Yeah, that it's got to be that kind of vibe in the locker room where you think, you've been good enough to win the Super Bowl the last 2 years. Despite losing on the AFC Championship game, against the Chiefs, and then getting out in the divisional round, you are as good as anybody in the NFL, and you guys really have to feel like, no matter what happens, you're going to be there at the end, and it's just a matter of putting it together at the right time, and that's got to be pretty enticing for guys in your position. You could have gone someplace else and played. Mm-hmm. There's probably some other teams that were probably going to call you or whatever, and there's other guys too. There's like a list of 16, 17 guys. Mm-hmm. You got to know that they know what they're going to walk away from if they sign someplace else.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing here. It's not much to talk about. When you look at your teammates' odds here, like you know the mentality that this team has, and the hunger, and the brotherhood that we have to go back out, even this next season, and still continue the task that we was on. Like, yeah, we fell short. I feel like that fed us, right. Because we know what we have to do.
Right.
You guys have a very exciting group for next season. I mean, so many players return. We'll get new players through free agency and through the NFL draft. But like I said, you have been an important piece to special teams in the defensive backs unit, the secondary as a whole. You guys had the #1 pass defense this past season, the #1 overall defense, the #1 scoring defense, and are always pretty great on special teams. I know you had a career high 12 tackles on special teams this past season, which ranked second amongst the rest of the special teamers for the Bills. What do you think you can bring to the team as a whole? Why do you think you are so important to how the defense operates and to how special teams operates?
I feel like with me, it's being unselfish, being able to, stick my neck in any situation, no matter what the situation is. Like, I know what I do on this team, I know I'm, that special team guy that got to go down there, get the ball for the offense or, do for the defense. But whenever they need me, no matter what position it is, I'm going to go balls to the wall for it and for my teammates so we can do what we got to do.
You also, I mean, I don't know what you've had probably not much at the present time, but Heath Farwell's going to move on.
Yeah.
Now, Matt Smiley's coming in. It's going to be a little bit of different voice in the room. Going to be, some things that may change. What does that mean to you guys? Have you spoken to guys like Matakevich and Taiwan and those guys? You got your core group. What conversations have you had about the changes that may be coming?
There's no change.
Right.
Congratulations to Heath.
Right.
Down there in Jacksonville.
Right.
Or whatever. He congratulated me on this or whatever. He was a good guy. But Smiley, man, Smiley been here since I got drafted.
Yeah, he's one of the guys.
Yeah, he's one of the guys. He was here, with the last, guy that was here before Heath, and I feel like he can pick it up, and they know he can pick it up. And for Taiwan and Matakevich, I mean, Matakevich just got here with Heath, but Taiwan know Heath. I mean, Taiwan know Smiley, and Smiley know us.
Right.
And that's one thing that I can say about Smiley. Smiley know his players. He just don't treat his players like they're players. He teach them the game, and he actually keeps me under the weather when I'm actually hot in the game. Something happened or, situations like we talked about earlier in the season when, you got to beat a lot of, blocks or whatever. He keep my temper down. He keeps me under the weather or whatever, and he tell me how things gonna go and just take it one play at a time. So Smiley, he does a great job.
Yeah, there's a lot in that when you gotta have a voice on the sideline that can bring you, can peel you off the ceiling when you get a cheap shot or somebody gets the better of you or somebody gives you a little something extra or whatever. Give us a little feel also. You have played some on defense. Have they told you anything or let you know anything if anything's going to change about your role playing defense on regular down and distance instead of special teams?
I really don't know. It's always something new,
right?
And that's what I'm built for. Right. Not knowing what's coming, but being prepared when it's come. It's all about preparation, or whatever. But with this new deal, I just feel like it was more of what I can bring to the table for the upcoming years.
Right.
It's not about what I've done in the past years, and I have to still earn it.
Right.
It's not the end here once I sign it, but I have to still earn this contract and show them that I'm worth this contract to come contribute to the team and help them in any phase or whatever. So I really can't give you that answer or whatever. All I know is I just have to be prepared for what's at stake and what I need to do when the number is called.
Right.
You've always been that plug-and-play type of defensive player, though, when your name is called. We need Siran at nickel, go play nickel. We need Siran at corner, go play corner. We need Siran at safety, go play safety.
Yeah.
And I think that versatility shows how much worth you have within this team and how valuable you are within this team. I mean, you get drafted by the Bills in the 5th round in 2018. You've been with Buffalo for 4 seasons now. How do you think you've grown since you came in this building on day one?
How to handle my business, how to go about my business, how to train, and how to work. Actually coming in here, like I was telling them guys when I was in camp, in Rochester, I told myself in that dorm room, I don't know if this it for me. Like we just talked about, like I didn't know how to handle it. I didn't know what came with it. But I know now it's just like it's minimizing your life, making everything simple, or whatever. I actually learned a lot, how to be a professional, and that's one thing that this team got here. A lot of professionals that teach you the game and walk you through the whole thing.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that. I think back to when I was playing. My wife and I had 4 children while I was playing, one right after, and you have to have somebody in your life, like you have your twins. Certainly you need somebody to share all this with, no question about it. But you also need somebody to support you so you can go play football and not think about too much else away from the field where like you say, you simplify everything so that you can focus on being the best teammate, best player, best everything you can be. It's interesting you say that. If you simplify it, it becomes more clear and you become better.
Yeah, you have to simplify it because if you don't, it's going to be too much for you. Yeah. It's going to be too much. You can't think about the whatabouts and the outcomes and the what ifs or whatever, like when stuff happens, or you gotta just focus on your job. You know what I'm saying? Focus on what you got to do like right now or whatever. And that's one thing I can tell, guys coming into this thing, like don't think too much about it. They're actually here to see you, so be you or whatever. So.
Siran, you've got a couple months here in the off season before you guys report for workouts in April. Where are you training? What have you been up to? What do you want to work on this off season?
What I've been doing?
I hope you took some time to relax.
I definitely took some time to relax. So I haven't. I got a little treadmill in my house. I take a run on every now and then, but I really been relaxing. I got away from the game. And you got to get away from it mentally to come back strong, like this game can wear you down. It can break you down mentally, physically. You know, people don't look at it on the outside. People look at your contract and all that stuff and your money, and they don't even know
Right.
what it is.
Right.
So when time like this, you really got to separate your mind from it. Spend time with your family, your loved ones, and really get away.
Yeah. Well, Siran, congratulations on a fantastic contract. And I say to this too, I'm kind of warms my heart that they signed a special teams guy
I
first
love
in
it.
this offseason. Of all the list of guys,
These
they
two
Come
got,
on,
right
man.
here.
Yeah, hey,
You're-
Tasker,
and also
man.
you're the highest paid special teams player in the league, man. There's something in that. You're the first guy in line they took care of, and they gave you some stature around the National Football League. I'm really proud of you, man. I'm happy for you. Really.
Appreciate you. Yep, walking your footsteps, man. I'm trying to get there.
You're way ahead of me, man. Good for you. Good for you.
Siran, congratulations. 3 more years in Buffalo. We are excited to see you stay here. We
Yeah.
love familiar faces around this building, and we know how much you mean to this team.